What's the most ridiculous thing someone said when they were caught red-handed? I was at my cousin's wedding last summer, and it was one of those fancy outdoor events with a buffet table that looked like it belonged in a food magazine. Everything was going smoothly until I noticed my uncle, let's call him Bob, hovering near the dessert table like a kid in a candy store. Now, Bob's known for his sweet tooth, but this was next level. The wedding cake was this massive, three-tiered masterpiece with delicate sugar flowers and a golden drizzle. It was basically art, and there was Bob, fork in hand, sneaking a bite from the bottom tier while no one was looking. I froze. Uncle Bob, what are you doing? He spun around, fork still in his mouth, and without missing a beat, he said, I'm just testing it for structural integrity. I blinked. Structural integrity? It's a cake, not a bridge. He nodded, dead serious. Exactly. You never know when it might collapse. I'm doing the bride and groom a favor. At this point, I was torn between laughing and yelling for the wedding planner. But before I could say anything, Bob leaned in and whispered, besides, the bottom tier is always the least important. No one's gonna miss it. Cut to 5 minutes later, when the bride's mom walked over to admire the cake and let out a gasp loud enough to silence the entire reception. There, in the middle of this pristine masterpiece, was a fork-shaped crater. Bob tried to play it off like he was inspecting it for safety reasons, but the frosting on his tie gave him away. The bride just laughed and said, Uncle Bob, if you wanted cake, you could have just asked. And that's the story of how my uncle became the only person I know who's been banned from standing within 10 feet of a wedding cake.